Okay, these calls are for your benefit out there, okay? They're not for my benefit. I talk about this stuff enough myself with other people and everything, so it's not for my benefit. It's really for your benefit to basically get and start interfacing into these calls. You have a problem, you ask the people on the call to try and help you. There are some people out there, especially if you need EINs or something like that, they can help you, okay?
Okay.
I've tried to explain that basically I don't have all the answers on getting all the EINs because I did my and got my EINs a different way. I'm an oddball. I'm a lone wolf in the process. And I'll go out there and do a lot of things a lot different than most people will because I ain't scared of these damn shitheads. Okay? And they're nothing but brokers. They work for us. They're supposed to be public servants. It's about time people start standing up to these guys and start backing them down. You go into court. Why would you be being scared to go into your commodity broker or to your stock broker to tell them to sell a share of stock? Or go into your commercial bank and order them to basically withdraw some cash. That's your account. That's your assets. You own the bank, this governmental bank. We're the trustees over it. We're the owners of the bank. We're also the customer of the bank and these brokerage houses. County brokerage house or county bank, court bank, and that's all it is a brokerage house. You have securities. And under the savings and suitor clause, you have a right to set those things off. Now, if you read the definition in the dictionary, it talks about jurisdiction of civil cases in admiralty, being in federal district courts. It doesn't say anything about jurisdiction in criminal cases. And that's what basically the state courts try and keep you in, is in criminal cases in their court system. Then they have maritime or admiralty jurisdiction over a criminal case in the state court system. Brokering system. I said all along that a female cannot be a judge over a man. So these female judges are not judges per se. They're just brokers, administrative brokers, or the president of the brokerage house. The prosecutor is nothing but a CFO of the brokerage house.
Okay.
Then you've got all the other entities within the brokerage house or the bank, the treasurer, the cashier, the adjuster, the recorder of all these securities. And then you have basically over all of these entities, you have a commission or a board of directors. And normally every county courthouse or county system has 3 commissioners because you've got to have a tribunal over this brokerage house.
That's right.
And the people stand over those commissioners. But that's all it is. It's nothing but a damn brokerage house in maritime and American jurisprudence out here. The law of the land for just exchangement. You have your titles to your property. You have your recorded deeds. We are the real owners out here. And when you get these 2 admiralty documents that I put up there, now you stand recorded that you have the right of control over those properties. Your name is a marketable title. A clear and reasonable, incontestable title to a piece of real estate that is good for transaction purposes. Your real estate is your body, your vessel. And you have the marketable title once you put that one document in, that baptismal certificate, under the Admiralty a lien document that I have. Now you have made your claim. Then everything that is held under your vessel's name is yours. The state has tried to come in and tried to usurp that in their process, put it into their brokerage system, and then they'll turn it, like on this document that I put out today, they'll churn it, excessive trading of a client's account, in order to increase the broker's bar commissions. All these lawyers, we have more lawyers in this country than you shake a stick at. Well, they're just brokers, judicial brokers, trying to broker our securities and turn them for commissions.
Mm-hmm.
Interpositioning, the practice of using a second broker in the security transaction, which is considered illegal if it is used to generate additional commissions. What's the first thing that basically, if you go into court without a lawyer, that basically the judge tries to do is tries to get another one of their bar members in there so that they can get another commission. And then they get a kickback, the court does, from the commission that's going to be generated for that bar attorney. Kickbacks are basically a violation of the law. And then basically the other big one that all these courts use is twisting. Convincing a customer that trades are necessary in order to generate a commission. That is an unethical practice. And as what the courts do is twisting the truth. The second biggest, and that the bar brokers do. They twist the truth. You don't need to be in their religious codes of law. But they twist it around trying to make you think you have to be there. Kiting, in the context of securities, refers to manipulation and inflation of stock prices. What's the one thing they do? Basically, well, if you don't settle now, we're going to increase this charge. That's kiting. When you come in and you use these SAV 1455 and 1522 documents, and these are the savings and suitor documents, you are the suitor. They have your savings. Savings to suitors clause. See, the savings are supposed to go to you, the suitors. You have to release your securities and basically have them broker them, and then they no longer have a just claim. But you have to know how they've been kiting and basically churning your securities. I tried to tell people for over a year, basically, that I had applied for Social Security. I stopped it after 2 months, about 5 years ago. The Social Security Administration continued to churn my accounts, my monthly withdrawals for their benefit. They were making their commissions off of brokering my monthly account, so that they owed me a grand total of about $60,000 to $70,000, and they kept dragging their feet, not trying to pay. When I went to the Social Security Inspector General and I alleged that they were churning my account and that they were drawing off their commissions, my account got settled right now. See, I know a little stuff about brokers. I've dealt in the commodity world for years out there. I've lost my ass in it, but basically I also learned a lot in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I have basically going out to the casinos in Vegas and around the world. I know the games. And the game that they're playing is basically total fraud and trying to turn your account. I took the broker's test, the commodity broker's test, not the bar broker's test, but the commodity broker's test, and I passed it the first time out. Most of the commodity brokers take about 5 to 6 times to pass the damn test. I could have got my license, but I didn't. But I've got the education and the understanding about what is going on here, more so than most people out here. And then all these other people that are going into court, they're arguing the wrong damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your security in. Put the form 1455 into the court and say, I want this settled. I tried to do that with my court cases, my traffic tickets, because there was an appearance bond on there. But they wouldn't do anything because I didn't have the 1455 form to basically force their hand. They know that I've been damn close on all this stuff. Then the other form is the SF 1047. You take your receipts. Now, you don't need to get a court seal or a medallion seal on this document. Look at it. It's a very simple little form. You take your receipts and you send those in and you file them into the bankruptcy court. The form has where you want it, whether you want a check issued to you, whether you want it deposited into an account, or whether you want it into a debit card. It's your choice. That's what they've taken away from the people in this country, is your right of free choice. You have to fight to get it, but you're not fighting in the way everybody like Rod Class and some of these other people going into court trying to fight the damn system. You're trying to understand the system, and you're taking them down that way. We can basically take and go to the compliance department, the inspector generals over these bar attorneys, and lodge our complaints in. But you have to know what you're talking about when you're lodging your complaints of fraud. It's all about their churning our accounts, trying to get extra commissions. They're interpositioning. The police officer, he's getting a commission off of writing a traffic ticket for his police department. Then the court's getting a commission. Then the prosecutor's getting his commission. And then they basically try and get you to argue, and they're getting another commission because they're writing another bond. They are the most evil thing out here in the damn system, besides the insurance and the bankers that were already in place. But in 1938, they basically brought in the new Bankruptcy Act, and they revamped the court system. And if you read the definition on that one document I put about that has Mr. Rothschild's energy discovery, the next definition I had was bankruptcy. That's right out of Ballantyne's dictionary. It's a system of jurisprudence which is, while statutory, is comparable to equity and admiralty. The very last statement in there, or bring all of his assets into court, not for their liquidation and his discharge from his debts, but for his financial rehabilitation. You get rehabilitated back into the du jour when you use these SAV 1455 and 1522, and then also go and claim all of your deposit receipts. See, you're the one that's putting the money into circulation out here. When you go and buy something, you're putting your energy into the system. But it's just like you going down to a bank and you depositing your money into the bank. The bank turns around and puts out funny money in return while they're putting your energy over into a battery that the bank is using as a collateral battery for their energy to operate. This is all right out of the movie Matrix. All the Mr. Smiths that were running around, especially in the last sequence of the Matrix, they all wore suits and ties. They're the bar attorneys, the brokers out here, all thinking that basically they're right and they're wrong. Everything that has a beginning has an end, and we can end these guys anytime we want to, as long as we start standing up to them.
Patrick,
and pass the word.
I have a question related to that. The 1047.
Speak up a little.
Oh.
Speak up. I could barely hear you.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Patrick. What if we did our bank deposit slips with the 1047? It would be the exact opposite of the 1099 OIDs where you claim the money after you spend it.
You don't do the OIDs. The OIDs and everything else, those IRS forms are for the bankers.
Right, but what I'm saying is this would be the exact opposite. You claim the money when you depose yourself of it to the bank.
Yes, when you write a check out. Look at the 1040 or 1455 form.
Right, but what if we did it on the deposits to the commercial bank account?
You can. Okay?
Okay.
Put it on the SF 1047. You got a receipt when you put the deposit in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Put it in.
I wonder if that could be deposited into the bank since they monetized it.
Well, if you turn around and put it back into the bank, yeah, they're going to keep monetizing it on you, and they're going to keep screwing you. You need to get out of their system. You need to get a governmental bank debit card.
Right, I know, but what I'm saying is until we get to that point, if we were to use the 1047, we can't deposit the 1047 in the bank. That has to go to the bankruptcy court.
No.
Right, okay.
You send it to the bankruptcy court, and then basically you can have the bankruptcy court deposit it into your local bank account.
Right.
Yeah, look at the bottom of the form.
Yeah.
Or you get it as a check, and then you go and deposit.
Right, I know, but you don't necessarily have to spend the money. You can, theoretically, if you took a $5,000 bank deposit and then took that receipt with the 1047, deposited it into the bankruptcy court, you got your $5,000 back. You could do it the next day and get your $5,000 back. And meanwhile, your account keeps growing $5,000 every time you do this.
Mm-hmm.
You're drawing the $5,000 out of your account at the Federal Reserve Bank.
Right. But what I'm saying is the bank.
And what I'm saying is, you need to work on really trying to get out of the system, because they're going to shut the system down.
Right.
Okay? It's really going to start collapsing around June of this year. And basically, supposedly, the word out is that basically in October, the banks are going to shut their doors. You got to get moved over to the Treasury Department.
Oh, I see.
Or to the state bank. Get a debit card from the state bank. The constitutions of the country and of the states, they're just nothing but banking charters. Get it out of these commercial bankers' hands. But you work on getting the securities, like your title to your vehicle, with the state. You can put that into a state court. And basically, you got a brand new vehicle or an old vehicle that's worth $80,000 on paper, on the title, you can claim that, even though you only paid $5,000 for it. Nobody's claimed it yet.
Patrick, a question on that. What if I have the title, but I haven't made the transfer into my name? Like, say I bought the car from a friend and I never transferred the title. Can I just do it myself, or I need to go to motor vehicles to get that?
No, I would get the title transferred to you, and then basically you'll be able to go in and claim that title.
Okay. Okay. And another thing that I wanted to ask you on the 14 on the form 1455, you said that when you did it, you didn't force the broker, which is the state prosecutor, to get the county clerk to put the seal on that form, right? So we have to get.
The recorder, basically the ones that I sent in the other day, just have the notary seal.
Okay.
I've got another package sitting here waiting for my county prosecutor to show back up, and then basically for the clerk of the court to basically get back in her office, because she's working in a split county scenario, so she's been out of the office here for about the last 3 days. And the county prosecutor, he's been sick for about the last 3 days. So I haven't been able to get back in there and get them to properly do this.
Okay, so we have to get the certified officer is the county clerk to put the official seal of the county.
You'll probably have to go to the county prosecutor and see. You have to know that this is all about brokering.
Yes, I understand that. And tell the prosecutor to, in case he or she doesn't want to put the official seal on it.
If they don't put the official seal on it, you will go to the compliance departments out here about the Stock Securities and Exchange Commission. You'll go to the Inspector General for the Social Security, for the Treasury. You'll file charges with the FBI against these guys and take their bar cards and their broker's insurance policy.
Okay. But first, talk to the county prosecutor to force the county clerk. In the event that he or she doesn't want to do that, then we go ahead and proceed that way.
But you need to have these other two documents in the recorder's office on file. You have to have your admiralty a lien claims.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And in most cases, several people, the recorders weren't going to file them. You go up and you talk to that damn prosecutor. One of the guys down in Texas, basically, the recorder took a copy of what he was trying to put in. She took him up to the prosecutor, and basically the prosecutor said, put him in. But he'd already gone back home, so he had to wait a couple of days to get back down there to the courthouse to put him into the record. And then you get certified copies of them after you get them in the record. Now you have your title of and control over your marketable securities.
Okay.
You have control of your vessel. Now you're operating under the constitutional banking charters, not under these fraudulent 1933 bankrupt banking charters. All these brokers out here, bar attorneys, they're operating under the bankruptcy charter, banking charter, trying to churn your accounts for their benefit. They're the Mr. Smiths that are destroying this country, just like they were destroying the system in the movie Matrix.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Does one have to endorse on the 1047? Does one have to endorse the receipts at all?
No.
Okay.
I didn't on most of mine. Basically, I sent them in. Basically, I got another one. I just went through my postal receipts, and for about $8,238.13 today. And I'll be sending that in tomorrow. So that means that I'll have about $50,000 so far in just receipts submitted into the bankruptcy court. And basically, since these are all settlements, they come under the T+3. They have 3 brokerage business days to settle those security trades, just like at a regular brokerage house. But normally, the brokerage account had to be settled within 24 hours. It had to be done before the end of the day. Now, the funds weren't necessarily all in the account until the end of 3 days, but basically the initial transaction of adjusting the books and everything had to be completed before they went home that night. And that's basically the laws of brokerage. And brokerage is just another form of bankruptcy in the process.
So after 24 hours, should we ask for a trade confirmation? Does that exist in the brokerage world?
What's that?
Should we ask them for a trade confirmation while they're waiting to settle? Is that
no, you just continue working on getting more shit into them.
Okay.
You give them the 3 days, and then basically after that, then you can start putting your complaints in about that they haven't complied with the laws, with the brokerage laws of your securities. You don't have to get overly vicious with these guys. Just explain to them what you're going to do, that you know the game, and that you will process it up the line and basically they may end up losing their broker's license and their bond of office, their liability protection bond. And you'll claim it. Split it with the United States of America constitutional government. 50-50. How's that sound? You don't all have to speak up at one time.
That sounds great.
That sounds good. I just keep it.
Hey, Patrick, this is Steve.
Yeah.
Did you say churn like butter, or did turn, or did you use both words?
CHURNING. Churning.
Okay. Got it.
And then repositioning. That's when they bring a second broker or a third broker into the damn process. One of the biggest ones that they do repositioning is basically in a divorce settlement. Yeah, every damn attorney in the world is trying to get their hands on a damn marriage divorce settlement to get their extra commissions out of it. Watch the movie Interstate 60. The ambulance chasers. The bar attorneys all running down the street with their suits and ties, trying to come in and put a claim in so that they can get a commission off the damn security that's going to be brokered. Twisting, convincing the customer that trades are necessary in order to generate a commission. One of the biggest things out here is basically they're out there, they have control of your certificate of title to the vehicle. They're the beneficial owner. They're getting the benefit off of that vehicle. Usage of your asset, the collateral of that vehicle, even though you're driving the vehicle, they're getting the beneficial usage of the asset energy. They owe the damn insurance on the car. But what do? They come in and they twist, convincing you, the customer, that you have to have insurance also on top of it for their benefit. So they're getting another commission. They're splitting that commission with that insurance company in the background, and that's called a kickback. You want to find out how corrupt the damn system is? Learn where the corruption is at. Then you can start combating the corruption.
Right.
And it's all in basically securities in those last part of this document that I put out here.
Patrick, where did you, Patrick, this is Elite Trump. Where did you put that document? Are you on the Yahoo group when you say that, the We the People? Is that where I'll see it?
Well, ask Tom.
Tom? Where would I find it? Or is he on the phone? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm here. I have to mute myself. It's been posted as a financial rehabilitation today, Rev 2.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
And
it's probably in folder number 38 on the e-concurrent. And I don't know where you got it on the We the People site.
Well,
I don't you should have got an email if you're signed up with email. When Tom posts something, basically he sends out an email automatically.
Right.
I got it.
Yeah, it's on the Yahoo group. It's called American Constitutional Banking. It doesn't have the 38 in front of it. I could go back and add the numbers to everything, though.
I received it. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Patrick, what if you submit a claim to the Attorney General for for an unethical practice in the county? If, for example, they didn't want to record anything, and they don't respond to me, what do we do, or what do I do?
Next level.
What, the Attorney Generals don't respond?
Yeah.
You go to the Treasury Inspector General. You go to the Justice Department, and basically you put a claim in against that broker's license in the Justice Department.
Okay.
See, we went to the Justice Department, but we didn't address what we were going in there and putting the charges in to the Justice Department for. Most of these inspector generals are out there to inspect the employees that are in the banking system. See, that's what I did when I went to the Social Security Inspector General. I lodged a complaint against the Social Security Administration employees about churning my monthly deposits or monthly payments. They kept churning them, drawing it out for their benefit, and they were now hoarding those assets from me. They weren't releasing the account that basically belonged to me until I put the claim into that Social Security Inspector General, and then basically it got transferred over to me as fast as it could. Well, it could have been a little faster, but they screwed up my Direct Express debit card account. I strongly recommend you do not get a direct or Treasury direct card, because you have to have a commercial bank account for that one. But you can get, basically, you can request from this when you submit these in that they set you up with a Direct Express Department of the Treasury debit card. And then same thing when you go to the state to broker a state security, you can demand from them a state debit card from the state Treasury Department.
So you can make deposits to that Direct Express card yourself?
No, you can't. They can.
You spend it, you debit it.
You send your forms in, and then they will deposit it into that account. The brokers have to put it there.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Patrick, about the churning and the repositioning and all that, it's like the DA never even showed up in my case about my truck. The judge prosecuted the case from the bench. I didn't plea or anything. They entered the plea. They do whatever they want, you know. I told them I have certificates from the Secretary of State that they have searched and found no evidence or record of their court. It's not even registered with the Secretary of the State. So, you know, obviously it's some kind of secret enterprise.
Yes, but you have to file the claim in against their brokerage licenses. And yeah, there's rogue brokers out here in the system.
Yeah. And they just hire a lawyer. That judge was just a pro tem lawyer or commissioner. I had the right to have a post-storage hearing. They denied me that. When I wanted to have my truck sent home, they said I had to pay delinquent DMV fees. They were holding my truck hostage for DMV fees. That's repositioning too, huh? In a way. They're saying I can't have my truck paid.
That's also coming in and basically kiting, K-I-T-I-N-G.
Yeah.
In the context of securities, refers to manipulation and inflation of stock prices.
Yeah, kiting.
In other words,
K-I-T-I-N-G.
they are increasing the charges, the commissions, and everything else out here. And basically, these guys are supposed to be operating commission-free.
Yeah,
They've already been paid.
Yeah,
all these bar attorneys are fraudulent brokers.
Right.
Especially when they're operating in a government position. When they're out there trying to get a commission also on top of their salary, and they're supposed to be a public servant, that is unethical and that is illegal. That's in total violation of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment.
Yeah, I found out one sheriff was part owners of the body shop that does the impounds.
Yeah. See, they're all out there getting kickbacks. But you can come in now and you understand this, and you put those SF, and basically you come in and you put in the charge about fraudulent brokerage transactions, just like at a commodity or a stock exchange with the broker. You file your complaint in with the compliance department, and basically they will check it out.
Right.
And say, hey, I'll split the damn settlement 50-50 with the your country. Let the real big boys come in and take them down. The FBI.
Right.
The Treasury Department, the real one. The generals. These are the generals that people need to work with, not the military generals.
Yeah, I found out, and you might have heard already, that in George Duke Majan was governor in '89. He made an executive order D-78-89 that said that the police and sheriffs cannot impound vehicles for delinquent tags or fees or lack of insurance. And that's exactly what they do, you know.
Right, and see, basically, they're operating under twisting the laws.
Right.
Okay? Stating that you have to have state tags or state insurance or you have to wear seatbelts. All of these codes of law, they have twisted the de jure law of your right of choice. They have taken the choice away from you. Just like any religion out here, they take your right of free choice away from you. Now that religion, that minister or whatever, is telling you what you have to do to be a member of their religious society.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, he's making up the damn laws.
Yeah,
he's taking your choice totally away from you.
Jordan Maxwell, he said that the word church came from a Scottish word which was Kirk, like Captain Kirk or whatever, but Kirk was a slang word for what was she, a queen or something, a mistress named Ceres, and Ceres would take you in. She was a witch. She would give you a spell, lock you into her home, and take your money and maybe even eat you. And that was Ceres became Kirk, and Kirk became church. So it's a place where they lock the door and take your money or eat you.
Yeah, Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Basically, everybody out here is wanting to eat the gingerbread house, and basically then you get hooked into their damn system.
Yeah, but we never learned that. It was surprising to hear that.
Yeah, it's been told enough that people just can't read between the lines of what the shit's going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They listen to all these other damn gurus out here, totally misleading them down the wrong path, like Winston.
Oh, yeah, that guy doesn't have any wind in his sail.
Yeah, he doesn't have any ethics whatsoever. Most of these gurus out here really don't. They've got their own agenda, and basically they're trying to take people down with them. You don't hear about all the people that basically go to these seminars and end up going to jail in their damn processes. Now, if people would have listened to me and basically followed and understood what I was saying before they went and shut their damn mouth off and got into trouble, they would have been able to stand their ground.
Yep.
Because I tried to tell you the words. You have to understand the words. You use the right words and basically the usage of the words, and you can basically stand these guys down. Because you don't allow them to twist your words in your mouth and put you into trouble. You stand tall. You don't cow down. But you don't come out belligerent in the damn process. You question them. Put them on the spot. They will cut their own throat when you do that. Or else they'll run off the bench and leave you alone. Say, I don't even want to touch this guy. He's bad news. But basically, if I just walk away, basically maybe he'll go away, and then basically he won't know what to do next. Well, see, I didn't stop. I'm still out here. They haven't scared me away. And basically, I'm coming after these damn judges and bar attorneys constantly.
I got a question. If the judge leaves the room, throws his hands up in the air showing God that his hands are clean and he leaves the room, isn't that the same as abandonment? And since you're the highest authority in there, can't you dismiss the case yourself or abate it or whatever?
Yeah, but you don't want the case. You want that thing brokered.
I see.
See, they put a bond out there. You want settlement. It's just like you have a security. You have a commodity sitting at the damn commodity house or a stock. You want to sell it. Well, if the broker walks away from you without selling it, you're still holding the security, and now tomorrow morning the damn thing takes a drop and you lose $50,000. But you wanted to sell it today.
Well, then you'd have to lay it on a prosecutor, wouldn't you?
Huh?
You'd probably have to lay it on the prosecutor, right?
Yes, you have to do that right in front of that judge. You have to take that form 1455 in there and say, I'm here to settle. Here's the appearance bond. Here's the court bond. Put those on the document and say, I'm here to settle these damn charges. Get the clerk of the court down here with their official seal and settle this. Broker this damn security. You've got the hammer. You're the customer. The customer's always right. Like I said, most of these damn courts have a female on them. They're just a female president of the brokerage house. They're not a judge. That's a false title that they're using. What are they judging? Not a damn thing. Just like at your damn bank. Do you call the bank president judge? I don't think so. And then basically you have the county commissioners. They're the board of directors over this banking house. You get down there and you start jumping all over those board of directors. You're the preferred shareholder over that damn bank, that brokerage house.
And it's all fraud anyhow, because they never disclosed to you that what they're operating is all foreign. We have the right to expatriate.
Their transactions are in fraud, okay?
Yeah.
But the securities are there. You're the owner of those securities.
Okay.
You can broker them. And basically, if they don't broker them, then you file a complaint with the complaints department. You're dealing in Treasury securities out here. That's why you can bring the Treasury Inspector Generals into play. They're the ones that are not paying the taxes. That's why you can bring in the Treasury Inspector General for administrative taxes or whatever it is. Say you ordered the brokerage of that security, and basically they are obligated to pay the taxes on that, and they're not paying it. But they're churning my damn account for extra commissions, and they're not paying taxes on those either. Get the IRS involved. The IRS commissioner basically is out there basically to go after the commission tax fraud. See where I'm going with all this stuff?
Yeah. Like when you get your truck impounded and they part it out, it's not a vehicle anymore. Somebody is trying to cash in that certificate of title.
Yes. I bought a vehicle for $2,500. The certificate of title and the junking certificate that I have on the thing is for $20,900. Nobody has claimed that title yet. That's security.
Right.
So basically, I will make out when I claim that roughly about $18,400.
Patrick,
Yes.
when we report this to the IRS, would we do this with the 3949A form?
Yes, or you can just call up and basically file a charge with the online with the with the IRS Inspector General.
Okay, either way. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Almost all of these Inspector Generals have a report online that you can file a complaint to their hotline about fraud, identity theft, and fraud.
Okay, that's the equivalent then. Okay.
And see, that's what they're doing. They're using your identity, your marketable title, which is your security, your vessel's security, your name of your vessel. That name belongs to you. It don't belong to them.
Right.
See, that's part of the bullshit that basically some of these patriots out here say, oh, you don't own your name. You don't own anything. Well, that's total bullshit. Only the living can own anything. A corporation can't own shit. The devil has no claim in this damn process. Okay. Anybody out there that has any questions or needs any help from some of the other people on the group site, speak now or forever hold your peace. I don't want to have you calling me.
All right. I'm Patrick is Leitra.
Talk to the group, not to me.
Oh, not to you. Okay. Okay. Hey, this is the Leitra group. How are you? This is my first time on the call. And the question that I have, I'm sorry.
I said hi, Leitra. You said Leitra, like L-I-T-R-A?
L-E-E-T-R-A. Leetra. Hi.
Leetra. Okay.
Hello. How are you guys? The question that I was going to write into the forum here is a question in regards to the SS4, in particular the Foreign Grantors Trust. When calling in the Foreign Grantors Trust, in particular for, establishing this outside the United States, establishing it outside the U.S., when they ask the question in terms of where is it, where is this trust set up, and you say, if one would say America, they, I've had the experience of them saying, well, that's inside of the United States, and exactly.
That doesn't work. You don't want to do that. You could probably. I don't think that they check. So if you had a valid overseas address, they're never going to send mail to you there. So if you think you granted the property into the trust when you were sitting on the beach in the Caribbean someplace, then use the address of your hotel room. They don't understand the whole fact the United States is the District of Columbia. So that's what you do with that.
Yes, basically what I did is just to I picked a mailing service and I forget where it was, Montreal. I never signed up with them. I just used their address. And then you could always later then do an 8832 change of address form to get rid of that.
Okay. So you're saying that basically, what I'm getting from this is that basically when we're calling it in, it's going to have to be because they don't understand that concept.
Right. They're not going to accept that our addresses are foreign addresses to them. So just give them one that they're not going to. Okay.
Tom, you had somebody else get yours for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Don't say anything more. Okay. Somebody out there that basically called in and got their own, please help this girl. Okay.
I did.
And then one other thing. If you basically can't seem to get headway with the person you talk to, ask to talk to their supervisor. Put it up the line. Okay?
Right. Patrick, when I did submit mine to a third-party designee, I gave them a signed SS4 form, and they put in exactly the information I had on the form. So a third person did it, and the third person can play dumb. That's the advantage of doing.
But like I said, there's a couple other people that basically called in and basically they know what they're talking about directly. Okay, you're handling your stuff third party. You don't know whether that guy changed something on you or not. Okay.
No, but I've done some third party for other people, and it's the same approach. You just say what's on the form, and if they start trying to dig, you say, well, I'm not that person, so I don't know those questions. And then the IRS leaves you alone. But Jahari in the Skype group is helping people with the EINs.
Okay.
Patrick, I help people get their EINs too. This is Yasharan, 618-742-6002 to help people get their numbers. Can
I get that number?
And I don't have no problem getting them. I get them all the time. So.
Okay.
Repeat that, please.
His number is 618-742-6002.
Okay. And his name again? I didn't quite catch it.
Yasharan.
Yasharan. Thank you. Thank you. I will call.
I called them and they just did it all over the phone. No paperwork at all.
Yeah, I was.
If there's a court case and it's there's no lawyer against you, say it's like a landlord-tenant issue, and it's a corporation, but it's the president of the corporation that's prosecuting it, and obviously he's not a broker. What happens when you hand them this 1455 form? Does that just go straight to the judge?
Well, or to the prosecutor, basically, in the
Right,
process.
but there's no prosecutor at the civil
Then you
court.
have to basically, in most cases, they're probably going to send this into the bankruptcy court.
Yeah. Okay, so it's something that we could just wait till the case is over and then just settle the judgment.
Right.
At the bankruptcy court.
You file it into the bankruptcy court, but you don't wait until the bankruptcy court's over.
Right.
You never give them the chance to rule against you. You come in with your guns blazing, okay?
Okay. But
you're going to be
not
like
a bankruptcy
Matt Dillon
case.
in Gunsmoke. You're going to be standing there and basically have your guns ready to start shooting if they don't comply.
Right. It's not a bankruptcy case. It's just it's a landlord tenant issue. And I'm not sure if I should tell my brother to do this.
You just take your receipts that you paid into that landlord and you get the money back and then move out. Why argue with some little nitwit that basically you don't even want to be there? Why do you want to be indebted to a landlord when you could be out there being the owner?
Well, obviously, yeah.
Okay.
Excuse
me,
get
some funds out and move out. Forget about arguing with these small little things. Forgive and forget some of these things. When all hell breaks loose, you're going to have a choice to either walk out of your house and live or basically try and take all the goddamn shit that you've accumulated and try and walk out of your house with it. And you'll probably die before you get across the doorstep.
Hello, group. My name is Dwight, and I would like to ask a question. Let's say that you're just dealing in a civil case, and you are going against a bar attorney, and there is no prosecutor, and you want to get that medallion stamped on it so you can do the 1455. What process do you go through then?
You basically bring it into court. The clerk of the court's sitting there, and basically you have them say, I want to broker this security.
Okay.
Direct your conversation over to the prosecutor and say, here's the damn security. You're the broker. You got the bar card. You're the broker. I want this brokered. Now get the clerk of the court down here and put her seal on there and broker this damn security.
Even like a foreclosure or mortgage, you do the same like that. Okay.
Yeah. Mortgages should be the simplest thing out there.
Okay.
You take that mortgage, even if you don't have a court case. You take that 1455, put the mortgage on that document. You take it up to the county prosecutor and basically say, I want the clerk of the court to put her official seal on this. And basically then you turn around and you take that back down to the bank and say, I want this security brokered.
Okay.
And if they don't broker it, basically you'll bring in the damn Securities and Exchange Commission and basically everything out here. All securities are basically being processed in a sense as Treasury securities. They're either going against the de jure Treasury or against the de facto Federal Reserve independent Treasury, which is controlled by the Bureau of Fiscal Services under the Department of the Treasury. Even a bank mortgage, a loan, same thing. You do all these. And you get that court to basically, courthouse bank to put their seal on it, and then basically that bank has to broker that damn security.
Okay.
But you have to get their official seal, their embossment seal.
Right. Now, it's the bankruptcy bank that is processing that, right? Not the mortgage
You
bank.
can take it into the bankruptcy court. You can take it into your local courthouse.
Okay.
The states all stand over these commercial banks operating in the state.
Okay.
You can take it up to the Secretary of State's office or to the Attorney General's office and say, I want this embossed. Put the Secretary of State's official seal on the damn thing. Put the Secretary of State's official seal on there. They're just banking officers or brokerage officers also. And they work for you. You're the customer. And then if they don't comply, then you can bring in the inspector generals, and basically they will audit their books and take their commissions away from them if they're fraudulently churning all these things. The FBI, federal brokers or bankers, investigators.
You would think the FBI already knows this is going on, though.
They can't do anything until you complain.
Until you make the claim. Okay, got it.
Yes. You have to make the claim. You're the enforcer. You have the power. They can't go out there and charge somebody if nobody has complained. Yes, they know that this stuff is going on, but they can't do a damn thing. Their hands are tied. But when you put your complaint in, you just untied their hands so that they can go and do their job.
And we also put them on the spot, too, which is good.
Yeah. And see, that's one thing, basically these brokers and everything else out here figured that basically most people don't know where to go and put the charge in. And then in some cases, we've been putting the wrong charges in there into these people in the process. But now you should be able to see this, that basically it's all about these commissions, these brokers, and they're fraudulently brokering our accounts for their benefit.
Now, Patrick, I have a question about this, your signature authorization document. We're signing it as a living person, being the owner of our private bank. And when you say we're sealing it, is that with our index fingers? We don't do any embossing, or we just do the index fingers?
I embossed mine.
With the individual banker?
With my embosser.
Right. Well, I've got an individual banker embossment seal.
Well, whatever you want to use as your embosser.
Right. Okay. Well, I didn't know that we could use our employee because he, we're private. We're private. He's public.
Use the other one that you had. Okay. The 2 out of 3. The tribunal seal.
Okay. Right. Okay. Got that, and I got an estate seal too.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
Document.
We'll do that.
Basically, that's really the one you should be using when you're coming in and claiming your deed, your living vessel.
Okay. I've got those. I'll use those. Thank you.
I put my right and left index fingers on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then I put my embosser over the top of that.
Okay.
And I sign my name, Patrick, Divine. As I'm the living owner. That is on the first one, okay? The living vessel.
All right.
Christening certificate. On the title deed, I just sign my name.
Excuse me. This is Luther again. I have a quick question in regards to that seal, the tribunal seal. Obviously, I understand that it's one that you would create your own, your own. Is there any particular type of wording that seal should consist of when you are, taking it into consideration and have it made?
If you go into We the People site and go into the file section and scroll down, there should be a document there showing seals.
Okay, thanks.
And the guy basically up in California can have those made up for you and get those sent back. But you can also turn around and you go down to Staples or Office Max or one of these other places and get a real simple one made up. It doesn't have to be complicated. But you can see some of the examples.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So we only really need one seal. We could get away with one seal.
Yeah, you can get away with one seal.
Okay. Perfect.
It's yours. And you can claim that's my seal for this, for my seal for that, for all the different things that I'm doing. I'm using this one seal. That belongs to me.
Okay.
That name belongs to me. It don't belong to the government or to the corporations or to the devil, to the Rothschilds.
I got a question.
Yeah.
On one of those SS 1040T.
Just speak up. I can't hear you.
I said on one of those SS4s, you had a 1040T on the second page that we were supposed to get. I went on the IRS.gov website, and they didn't have a 1040T.
Basically, that's an old SF4, okay? You need to go in and try and get the latest ones that are basically in one of the files there. You can ask Tom where those are located.
Okay, but it is a 1040T, right?
No, we don't do any 1040s.
Okay, all right, I understand.
Just remove that off that damn thing.
Okay.
Are you allowed to issue a 1040?
No. We don't owe any taxes. We're the owners.
No. You misunderstood me. I think, can we issue to the guys that they're supposed to be doing it? Can we issue it to them so they can fill them out?
I don't want to have anything to do with them. They're the brokers. Basically, they ought to fill those damn things out, the 1099s and all that stuff.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm saying. By the issuing, I give them. It's unfilled out. It's blank. I just hand them a 1099 or a 1096, 1040, and I issue it to them. They take care of it from there. Correct?
Well, basically, if you get a tax bill, I'd wait until basically they try and fraudulently tax you, and I'd turn around and put that on a 1455 and send it in and allege tax fraud against these beneficial owners out here that really owe the taxes, the brokers.
Okay.
See, people, they could have won every damn tax court case that's out here if they knew what they were doing. Because we don't owe the taxes. The corporations, the beneficial owners that have been operating using our assets for their benefit. The only thing they try and claim us is that we are getting a death benefit from our dead Mormon accounts. They're trying to claim that that's a death tax. And that that's a benefit. And see, when you get these documents in that you are the owner of that alien property, then basically they don't have a leg to stand on. They were supposed to take the taxes out. You turn around, you basically broker that damn tax bill. You fill out a 10 or a 1522 and basically have so much taken out of your Social Security account and transferred over to the tax department. You don't pay anything out of your back pocket. Stop giving your energy away. That belongs to you. Get unplugged from the matrix.
Patrick, Carlos?
Yes.
I have another question. This is Elitra again. So when it comes down to that, what one of the initial things that I stumbled upon when I first got into the index was the correct address form where you're changing the U.S.citizenship and stateship over to either the state capital or SO Secretary of State, and the same with the United States. You're changing that address. And I heard on another call where it said a gentleman always gives notice. So does one have to give notice prior to making that change of address, or
when you do this notice that I have out here, okay, of cause of action,
okay,
for the record, by your name, okay, my American Admiralty Alien Living Vessel Christianing Certificate and Preferred Alien Claims.
Okay.
You are now putting down your address and everything in the process. You are an American citizen. It doesn't have United States Admiralty Alien Living Vessel. You're an American Admiralty Living Vessel. America. First four letters in America stand for prince. America means you are a prince on the land. Admiralty, the first five letters there, means you are a prince on the seas of commerce. Now you are a prince on the land and a prince on the water.
Okay.
And the prince rules. Pretty simple.
Okay. And once you put that document out there, then you make the change, the correction.
You get it into the county recorder's office, okay?
All right.
Now you have your recorded claim in place that you are your vessel owner. You own your body. They don't.
Oh, and if I may, when one is going to the county recorder, especially if this is like very new, sometimes the county recorder there is a fee. Is there a way in which you would not have to pay that? Because from my understanding, it's already paid. You shouldn't have to pay it. They just are supposed to record it. But I don't know. My understanding could be I can be misinformed. But I just want to get some clarity on just that, trying to record your documents and not have to consistently use FRN to make that happen.
You pay the FRNs, and basically you get a receipt for what you paid in.
Okay, I got you.
And then you turn around and you can claim that receipt back because you deposited money into there.
I got you. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Don't try and listen to half these other gurus out here that try and argue every damn thing under the sun.
Right.
You have to learn how to play the game, get the stuff in circulation, then basically you have your authority.
All right.
But you'll never have the authority if you play the game that some of these damn nitwits out here are running around with.
Yeah, I've come to find that out the hard way. Thank you.
Yeah. And they've kept a lot of people at bay in their misunderstanding about this because they never understood that this is all nothing but a brokerage house, banking and brokerage house, and they never understood that the constitutions are just banking charters, either a national banking charter or a state banking charter in the de jure. And basically the states and the federal government allowed this fraudulent, just like what basically Alexander Hamilton allowed into this country, a foreign bank to come in and try and run things for them. Because the people weren't operating the bank, the constitutional bank, the way they should have been.
Mm-hmm.
It was the people's problem. The Founding Fathers did one hell of a job in setting this system up. It's the people that let the thing down, just like basically Benjamin Franklin said. It's there for your benefit as long as you can control it. Okay, any other questions, comments?
Patrick, I have a question. In my notes, I would just want to clarify and make sure I wrote my notes down right, but on the SS4, the EIN number we're supposed to be putting there is our individual banker EIN. Is that correct?
Not on the SS4.
Okay.
You're getting an EIN for your individual banker using the SS4, but you do that online.
Okay.
On the Form 56s, basically when the fiduciary's coming in, then you're coming in as the individual banker on the Form 56F when you do that over your estate and over your foreign grantor trust.
Okay, yeah, that was my question. I just said the wrong form, 56F. Okay, and the other question I have is on your request for the fiduciary for distribution, you have identifying number there. I'm not for sure what the identifying number is. You've got like a bunch of X's and I think a C on there.
Well, like on your birth certificate, okay? It's the red security number that's down in the bottom, okay? It's not the registration number.
I know, the red number. Okay. And
same thing with your certificate of title, okay? Your mortgage, okay? And then basically, like a mortgage, you put down the mortgage number in there, and then basically you're going over, and the registration number is going to be your Social Security account number without the dashes.
Okay.
And then they recorded all those securities under your Social Security number.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And on this actual notice of life estate deed, you're talking about when you're talking about that, you're talking about our birth certificate. Is that correct?
On the first one, okay.
Okay.
Not the life estate deed document, okay. But on the first one, that is your baptismal certificate. That is where you were blessed with your name, and you were also protected under the laws of the United States of America and the flag of the United States of America, so that you are protected by the Bill of Rights.
Okay.
Right now, you don't have any protection for the Bill of Rights because you've never claimed your vessel to be an American vessel. That's why these damn bar attorneys and judges twist everything around, because you don't know who you are. You've never claimed your rights.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went to 3 different counties trying to get my baptismal certified and filed, and none of them will do it. They're all telling me no, they're not allowed to file any more documents, period. I said, well, then what can you file? We are very limited on what people can file now. You cannot file.
Did you talk to the county prosecutor?
No, but I need to.
That's who you've got to go. He's got to come down and tell them to record it.
Okay. And I'm assuming he would be in that same building, right?
No.
Well, I don't know.
Somewhere.
Some places they are. Some places they're located in some other building.
Okay. Yeah, they're saying that they're starting a whole new system, and they are not going to file any more documents, and they're very limited to what they can file. And
they file this into the miscellaneous filing, like I told you. Basically, one of the record guys down in Texas, he had to take his document in, and the clerk of the court, after he got it notarized, basically took it into the clerk of the court, or not clerk of the court, to the county recorder to have it recorded. She wouldn't record it until basically she checked with the county attorney. Okay? He's the financial broker in that bank.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they have to broker or file that recording, because basically that is coming in as your signature authorization and your ownership of your vessel. Just like in a regular bank. Okay, you have a signature card. Basically, if the cashier tells you, oh no, we're not going to file that, basically you go to the account manager, and basically they will basically direct them to file that. You have to go to the right person in authority to have them direct that other person to do it.
Yeah, one place called the manager and the supervisor, and they all said no.
Yes, so you don't argue with the recorder's office. You go to the ones that stand over the recorder.
Okay.
If nothing else, you go to the judge of that courthouse.
I can give you an example of what that looks like, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Okay. So I was going to get my grandson's birth certificate at the county recorder's office, correct? And they wanted to give me, on their little paperwork that they have, it says unrestricted copy. You have access to an unrestricted copy. But they give you a copy without a file number on it. Okay? When I asked the lady, hey, at the clerk, you know, the counter troll at the window, she says, I can't do that. I says, well, you know what? That's okay, because she probably can't do that. She's probably absolutely right. So you have to invite her to go to her superior and ask her superior to get permission. And when they do, they get permission. It came back, and I got the thing with the file number on it. But if no ASCII, no Getty. Okay? And you have to stand. You have to you have to stand in your authority. You're going to say, look, it says unrestricted copy. That's exactly what I want. Now give it to me. Capiche?
You wanted the security copy. You didn't want a copy of the security, but you wanted an official security.
Okay.
That's what, when you got that registration number or that red number on it, you got a security that can be brokered. But otherwise, if you don't have that bonded number on there, basically then it's not a security. It's just a copy of a piece of paper that basically says, yeah, you've got a security there, but this isn't the security.
They're trying to snooker you.
Yeah, see, these guys basically, in some of these places, they have basically churned the damn clerks of the court and everything else with their fraudulent codes of law, trying to deceive you from you getting access to your own damn property.
Actually, right.
Yep.
Hello, all. I have another question. As you're talking about the security and the numbers on the certificates, the birth certificates, one of the questions that I have is in regards to obtaining the QSIP. Is that still valid?
The QSIP.
To get it? Okay. Just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't need that bullshit, okay? You've already got it. You've got the security red number that's on there. That's the identifying number that's on that security.
Well, I was speaking more about.
They will go through the system. The QSIP numbers are for their brokerage system. When they broker that, they are going to. They know what the QSIP numbers are.
So that would be even with a mortgage, because I don't have that. That's why I was asking.
Yes, you don't have access to that information.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're just supposed to be the customer. They're supposed to be the ones that handle all the back room shit.
Mhm.
See, that's one of the other problems that all these patriots out here, they've been trying to control the back room.
Uh-huh.
That's a fool's errand.
Yeah. We just stand out front.
Mhm. And let them do what they do in the back. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Call tonight, Tom.
Good call, Patrick. A lot of information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Later.
For sure.
Many thanks, Patrick.
Good night.